Hey guys, welcome to my episode 7 review of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Now before I start, I just want to say why I didn't upload an episode review for episode 6. And the reason is because I just didn't find the episode that interesting. So, to preface this for the future, if there's an episode of Sun and Moon that I don't find that interesting, it's likely that I won't talk about it or make a video about it. I'll likely post something on Twitter if I'm not going to make an episode review of it. So yeah, but this episode seemed pretty interesting. We get to see the Litten that we've seen in previous episodes that interacted with Ash and the citizens of Alola, and all we know about it is that it's a reoccurring wild Pokemon that likes to take food from the citizens of Alola. So in this episode we see Ash and he meets with this Litten, likely the same Litten we've seen in previous episodes, and he decides to give him a sandwich or part of his sandwich. And Litten, being the greedy bastard he is, he takes the larger part of the sandwich and runs off. And when he runs off, he encounters an Alolan Persian, which is actually, I think it's the first Alolan version Pokemon we've seen in this anime so far. And I would go so far to say it would be very awesome if Team Rocket caught an Alolan Persian, since Giovanni himself has a Persian, so it would be really cool if Team Rocket themselves caught an Alolan Persian. But the only reason I think it would not work is because we already have Meowth, so Meowth and Alolan Persian, I don't know if that would work. Anyways, this Alolan Persian seems to be a bit of a bully as he snatches away the sandwich that Litten took from Ash, and when Litten uses his ember to burn the Persian, he actually uses the sandwich as a shield and burns the sandwich instead. So this Alolan Persian is basically our little antagonist for the episode. Afterwards, we see Ash back in the Pokemon school talking to his friends. I saw the Raw, so I don't really know the specifics of their conversation, but from the gist of it, Ash basically tells them about the Litten and says he wants to catch the Litten. And if he does catch this Litten, I have to say, Pokemon Company, you can't be doing this to me. You can't have Ash catch a Rowlet and a Litten and not catch a Popplio, because that is just throwing shade to my boy Popplio right there. I'm just saying, because all the Pokemon look so cute. The Rowlet, even the Litten looks really cute in the anime. Even the Persian, which looks disgusting in the game. The anime has a nice charm with its art that makes all the Pokemon look extremely adorable. So if Ash gets a Rowlet and a Litten but not get a Popplio, then I'm going to be mad. Anyways, moving on. We see Team Rocket for a few seconds eating some sliced apples. And then there's one more slice of apple left, but Litten takes it. And we get to see the reason why Litten steals or takes a lot of food in the Alola region. And the reason is because he has another Pokemon to take care of. So we see Litten go inside this abandoned house and we see a Stoutland lying on the couch, and Litten gives him some food for him to eat. So my guess here is that this Stoutland is maybe an old Stoutland or not very able. He's not able to walk or do a lot of stuff. So he depends on Litten to actually provide for him. So it's nice that we're getting a little bit of Litten's backstory, the motivation of why he wants to collect food. He wants to collect it for his friend Stoutland. The next day, we actually see Litten and Persian again. When Ash is walking back from Pokemon school, he sees Litten and Persian duking it out again. Litten has some food, I think it's a pear, and Alolan Persian wants to be the bully and take away the pear. And Ash comes to intervene. He scares off the Alolan Persian with Pikachu's Thunderbolt. But in the scuffle, Litten gets seriously damaged by Alolan Persian's Fury Swipes. And we see Ash trying to get Litten to take him to the Pokemon Center, but he is very determined to bring this pair to his friend Stoutland. And I really like this part of Litten. He's not like Rowlet or Pikachu. He's a very tenacious Pokemon, which I like. We haven't seen many tenacious Pokemon that Ash could potentially catch. Kind of reminds me of his Sandile from Best Wishes. Anyways, Litten, he persists. He doesn't want to go to the Pokemon Center until eventually he passes out and then struggles against Ash while he takes him to the Pokemon Center. After Litten gets treated, Ash takes Litten to Professor Kukui's house to rest for the day, bringing the pear as well. Because Ash thinks he just wants to eat the pear, but he doesn't know that Litten has a friend that desperately needs food, who's unable to get food on his own. So after all of them fall asleep, Litten actually wakes up in the middle of the night and notices that all of them are asleep. So he takes the pear, obviously, and wants to go back to Stoutland. So he takes the pear and leaves Kukui's house. But Ash and Pikachu and Rotom do notice, so they follow Litten, and they follow him all the way into the house where they see the Stoutland. And I don't know what Litten's deal is, because he was acting very aggressive towards Ash, as if Ash was the enemy, as if Ash was going to hurt Stoutland, when he clearly saw that he only wants the best for Litten. He wants the well-being of any Pokemon he sees. But Ash quickly, calms down Litten, says he's not trying to hurt anyone. He's not trying to hurt Stoutland or Litten. And he actually says that he was planning on catching Litten, but seeing that he has a friend or a family member that he needs to attend to, he decides to change his mind, just like Rowlet. So we'll see if Ash actually catches Litten later on. Afterwards, we see Alolan Persian again. He's actually inside the abandoned house, and he attacks Ash and the gang. And while Alolan Persian is circling around Litten and Pikachu, he actually goes to attack Stoutland with his Fury Swipes, which Ash uses his arms to protect, which Litten takes no notice of. So there we have a bit of affection, I guess, for Litten to Ash, because it's a very common thing in Pokemon where Ash gets hurt to protect another Pokemon, and that Pokemon respects Ash for what he did. So obviously Litten has respect for protecting his friend Stoutland, and Litten basically uses a huge ember, which was taught to him by Stoutland, which scares away the Alolan Persian. Afterward, Ash tells Litten that he won't try to catch Litten, and he'll actually give him food and groceries for Litten and Stoutland, so Litten doesn't have to go hurt himself or travel far to get a lot of food. Until one day, Ash comes back to the abandoned house with some groceries, and Litten and Stoutland aren't there. And I guess Ash thinks that Litten ran away, which he's pretty depressed about, but he goes back into the market, and he sees Litten again trying to get some food. And the episode ends off with Ash and Litten running off, which is pretty interesting. He didn't actually catch Litten this episode, but with so much screen time for this particular Litten, it is highly likely that Ash will catch this Litten in the future, which means you need to catch Popplio as well, or else I'm going to be mad. So yeah, that was the episode as a whole. Kind of interesting, we didn't actually see Team Rocket in this episode, so that's the first time we didn't see Team Rocket in this series. And yeah, I did like the development we got for Litten. To be honest, Litten is my least favorite of the 3 starters, but in the anime, he seems pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Also, it seems like when a Pokemon is the focus of the episode, a lot of the human characters are in the background. Like at the Pokemon school, we only see a few minutes of Ash's friends, like Mallow, Kiawe, Sophocles, and Lana, and so on. So I wonder how important they will be in the future if Ash is just trying to catch different Pokemon. Are they going to have a significant role in the future? Because this episode didn't seem like they had much of a role. And one last concern I do have is that I'm not really sure where this series is heading, because every series, although it is episodic, Ash has an objective, which is to win the Pokemon League in their respective region. But here in Alola, we don't have a Pokemon League. We have an Island Challenge, and Ash has not been introduced yet to the Island Challenge. So is Ash even going to do the Island Challenge? If he doesn't, then I don't see how this anime can keep going on, unless it's just episodic adventures of Ash, which could get old pretty fast. If that's the case, I might just stop reviewing the anime. But it is kind of weird, 7 episodes in without Ash having a clear objective. It just seems like he's just goofing around, having fun, which is fun and all, but there doesn't seem to be any progression at all in terms of his skill and the Pokemon he has. Like, he didn't bring Rowlet at all this episode. And since he caught Rowlet, all his screen time is him inside his bag sleeping. So we'll see where the future of this anime goes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give it a like. And I'll see you guys next time for episode 8, maybe, if it's good. Peace.